Alright, so I don't make no videos and I don't do no YouTube, like putting shit up, and I guess somebody told me I should tell people I cuss, so there's your warning. Alright, here we go. Look, guys, I look around and I see crazy things going on right now, and I'm like really worried, you know? I look around and like it seems like everybody is losing their fucking minds, you know, running around screaming all kind of crazy shit about possible civil war and crazy shit like that. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? Do you people not realize? I mean, we got Google, right? You know, Google war sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no good, right? There's no iPhone time. There's no you know, cold sweet tea. There's no, you know, there's problems, right? And people throw that word around, you know, all frivolously, like they don't mean shit, you know, and but it means a lot, you know. So I look around and I'm sitting here seeing all these things going on, and all I see is complete and utter chaos and a lot of problems. And like, maybe it's because we've forgotten how to identify what's good and what's bad. You know, maybe we can't identify what's evil and, you know, what's not. Like, I don't know, right? Like, I don't know what's going on, you know, and but, you know, we got to have a talk, right? So this is my talk with fucking, I guess, everybody. And maybe, you know, I can get some explanations going on to me about how it all is working out, because I don't get it, right? I don't get it. So what I assess is, when I look around at these guys, right, because these guys are falling apart around me, I see all these young men in their young 20s and their young 30s, you know, and like the teenage dudes even just lost his shit, don't know their place, being told they're toxic, being told they're bad, being told they're stupid, being told they're useless. You know, nobody has a place for them. Nobody even treats them important, right? And it's not like we've had great fucking role models, right? I mean, like, single parent households are like huge. And it's not like dads are around much because they're not welcome, right? State pays all those bills, and so not needed. And it's just, it's really bad, right? And then, you know, I'm not trying to knock single moms. I was raised by one. But what I am saying is that, you know, there's a valuable outcome for a young man in having a man around him that wants to show him the right way and how to be a good guy. You know, how to like carry groceries for old people and like, you know, clean up somebody's lawn who's like struggling or some shit. You know, just teach them good things, good moral things, you know, like things the Boy Scouts used to teach before they started, you know, letting it be the whatever Scouts. Why the fuck couldn't the Girl Scouts just get more awesome and like go camping and like kill shit and start fires and whatever the fuck the Boy Scouts do? You know, I mean, like, I don't know. Anyways, that's off topic, but like, serious. That's part of the chaos I'm talking about. Literally, that's part of the chaos, right? So we're gonna go over like chaos and where it stems from, and because like, as I see it, like, you guys have got to get the hold of yourself, or they're gonna get a hold of us, right? Because like, let me break it to you. It's never the elite or the people in charge that fight those wars, right? Never. They stay somewhere else. They are in a safe place. And they send, you know, poor folks like you and me, and, you know, folks that really don't got choices, right? Like, especially if it's some shit like civil war, like they're talking. I mean, they are literally talking civil war. Do you guys know what the fuck that means? That's crazy. Why are you letting them do this? Like, I don't even understand. I mean, it blows my mind. The hate I see out there. Saw some crazy shit in Oregon. You know, just seeing crazy shit everywhere on TV, and like the politicians are standing up talking about no peace, no sleep. You know, mob their houses. Like, you see somebody on the street, get a group and go fuck with them. Man, like, are you serious right now? I mean, you trying to get somebody killed, you trying to get somebody shot, you trying to get people so afraid, and that's from chaos. You see, chaos. Matter of fact, first step of chaos is fear. You understand? That is the very first step of chaos. And, you know, and it comes because it's unknown. Things, you don't know what's coming, right? So you sit there and it starts like, oh man, what is that? I don't know. Well, shit, I don't know either. You go find out. No, I'm not going to go find out. You go find out, right? And it's because you're ignorant to what could be out there because nobody gave you a guidebook, right? No role models. That goes back to that whole no dad shit, right? So we got men freaking out because they don't have no role models. And you know, they're told, you guys out there in the fucking news, you people out there in all the positions of power that scream some fucking patriarchy, that play identity politics and make people hate each other. I mean, that's ignorance right there. That's what that is. That's fucking ignorance. And that's part of the chaos, you know? And it's because you don't know nothing. I watched Bernie Sanders stand up and say, fucking there ain't no poor white people. Hello? I'm fucking right here. How the fuck didn't you see me? I'm one of the citizens. I'm one of the people. But that's divisive, right? Like, what the hell is that? That's crazy. All right? And these people run around patriarchy. What the fuck is that? Didn't nobody give me, I don't know about any other man that got some card secret in the mail that because he's a man, he gets some kind of perk or like 10% off gas or like some shit. Like, I don't get that. Like, what the hell is that? Nobody opened a door for me. Matter of fact, I've had doors closed because I'm too much of a man. I got too many tattoos. I talk too hard. You know, all kind of shit. I'm that toxic masculinity I keep hearing about. Let me tell you what, the only toxic I know about is toxic shock. Okay, and chicks know about that shit, and it ain't us. Okay, so that's the toxic I understand. And we ain't that. Because to define us as toxic means we are poisonous. Means we're a sickness, right? How fucking crazy is that you would call another person a sickness? Like, that's part of the chaos. Again, and ignorance, because you don't even know where it stems from or what a person had to do to develop that way. You know, you don't care though, right? You don't care. And that's why men are lost right now. And they're angry and they're frustrated. So many things. And you know what else? It comes down to because they're lost and because they've created monsters in their mind because they're ignorant of the unknown, all stemming from fear. Now we don't trust a fucking person, not a one, not ourselves, not the person we're talking to, not people that say they'll be there and we don't know if they will, right? And that leads to doubt. All right, and when you have doubt and you start doubting yourself and you're not confident or you doubt your thoughts or you doubt your own intentions or you doubt your anything, right? It causes you not to make a move. You stand still. And then when a moment comes, you gotta move. You're fucking desperate, right? You haven't thought it through. You don't know what to do. You act on your emotions, your instinct, the preservation mode, you know, and it's crazy because then when you overreact or you do something stupid because nobody told you what to do, then you get angry, all right? And then you're angry all the time, and here you go, and now, you know, you got real fucking problems, right? We're gonna get to that shit, but you're just right here in chaos because you're angry, because you don't know what to do, because people tell you that you're horrible, and you're not. Fucking dudes built shit. And we didn't take it from somebody every time. It's not even like that. History is history. If they taught y'all history, right? If they educated you instead of indoctrinated you, if they taught you how to think instead of what to think, then you'd understand history. And you know what? You'd understand what the fuck we have. And you wouldn't be rolling the dice with this crazy shit that's going on. You wouldn't even allow people to fire you up like that. You would hold the people we're supposed to trust to tell us the right things. You know, you would hold them accountable. You know, we got liars in the media. We got liars in the politics. You know, damn, I mean, what do they want? And it's like, no wonder we don't know what to do. But we blame each other, right? They got us pitted against each other with this identity politics, with this sexism bullshit. It is like completely pitted against each other. And now this is what we are. You understand? We are slaves. We are slaves to their fucking world in the sense that they built all of this fear and ignorance and untrusting and doubt. They have pitted us against each other. They have altered the way we look at each other just on appearance. Like, where is the talk to somebody? Oh, I know where. It's back over here in fucking chaos because we can't trust nobody enough. And that again makes us a slave. This is the kind of slave we are. We're mental, emotional, financial, physical, legislative. Because look, ain't they locked up enough motherfucking people for petty ass shit that is non-violent? How many times have they locked somebody up for hurting themselves? Not other people. I mean mommy and daddy shit. Not like what they're supposed to do. What they're supposed to do is protect us from hurting each other, and protect businesses from taking advantage of us, and protect states from overriding their authority over us. And that's what the federal government's supposed to do. But no, federal and state governments have decided that we need protection from ourselves. Why? Because you're sheep and cattle, and that's what the fuck you are, all right? Like, you can't live like that. So it's like, if you get treated that way, you're going to be angry all the time. You're not going to trust anything. Again, you're going to be a slave. And then you run from this, and then you become a slave to feeling good. Or you become a slave to like selfies and likes. You become a slave to like the social media opinions that fit in your bubble. Like, that's what you become a slave to. And they got it set up like that, right? And then how many times do you sit back and you feel like this? And that's how you feel. And then this right here overwhelms you. Overwhelms you. And you don't even know what the fuck you're mad at. You don't even know who to point your anger at. It was like Occupy Wall Street, right? When they were out there, I understood. I get it. You know, big business, lobby folks. We ought to stop lobbying. Like, lobbying ought to be fucking illegal or like 100% transparent. Matter of fact, they shouldn't even be able to lobby the congressmen and senators. They should obviously have to lobby the people for the opinion of their product, the use of, how good's it going to be for the community. Like, because you can't trust the politicians not to sell you out. They have literally proven this time and time again. Over 50 years, both parties. Like, what the hell are you doing? And now those same people are trying to get you to start a fucking war with your neighbor. Do you get that? This is always the outcome of hate. And violence doesn't have to be just physical. You know, you can violently tear somebody's heart out with your words. You can tear their character apart through assassination of lies and manipulation of old facts that are like not even right because they're taken out of context. I mean, literally, how you spend that is however you want to, as long as it does damage. And it all stems again from hate. Now keep in mind, they did this to us. We are their slaves. They know how to push our buttons. They use identity politics. They use people that we look up to and admire because we don't have no good life, right? So we look up at like actors and like musicians as like a could be, ball players and shit as a could be, and we hope and dream, and that's where we get our wishes. And you know what? That's sad too. We let them wrap us up into that's all we are to them is inner-fucking-tainment. If we ain't entertainment, we are pawns. I mean, you can't have it like that. That's not living. You hear me? That's being alive. But you are dying on the inside. I mean, every day when you wake up and this is your life, they make that shit out to be a color when it's what they've done to us, man. And here you let them tell you that your neighbor, your brother, the one that's going through the exact same struggle as you, the one that has your bills, the one that has, like, you know, especially us poor folks, right? We know what kind of salt and pepper fucking mix we got. We know who's in what and where. I mean, how many times, I can't tell you, I've had folks see me broke down, you know, come up and help me fix my shit. They're like, I don't understand why we ain't in this together. I don't understand why we let them tear us apart. I mean, they got the slave arguing amongst themselves about who massa is best. Are you fucking serious? Look what we've let them do. This is not okay. You get that? It's not okay. It's a problem. The outcome of this word equation from chaos is always brother versus brother. Everyone will be your enemy because you can't trust nobody, because you're ignorant of what goes on because you've believed the hype and the bullshit they've told you. And so due to your ignorance and your untrusting, everybody is not trustworthy, right? And that's crazy. That's a crazy way to live. That's a crazy way to live. Look, that's what we are. We can't live this way no more, man. They are talking fucking war. You understand? They are talking war, and we fight that battle. Let me express that again. Us poor people, especially in a civil war, are going to suffer more than anybody. Who the fuck you think they're going to take care of first? Not us. We'll be whatever is left of us when we haven't killed each other because of fear and chaos. When you have these problems, this is what you do in regular life. You run, right? You run to drugs. You run to some fucking exotic sex, or you run to some parties, or you run to alcohol, or you run, right? You run to stay in your house. You become a hermit because you can't take it no more. You run to an abusive relationship because that's better than the cold bullshit you got to face out there in the world. I mean, that's what you run to, and none of that shit's healthy, right? None of it. I mean, even joggers die from a heart attack, so there's a point of running where you got to, like, reflect and be like, I don't know if I ran too much. I mean, like, you've got to understand that this is the process. This is what we do. And it's not even like, it's not even like that's what you want to do. You want to stand up. You don't know how. It's fucking hard, man. Life will kick you in the balls. That's just bottom line. I mean, there's no getting out of that. And so it's like they sell you this bill of goods that just because they got something you don't, that their life's better. Bullshit. You know, they got fucking erectile dysfunction, or they owe too much money, or fucking their old lady's fucking crazy. Like, there's a fucking problem. I promise you. Don't let them sell you a bill of goods that their life is fucking perfect, because it's not. Because when you look around, the whole world is in chaos. But more importantly, our backyards are in chaos. And that's what we need to worry about, because this is our home. America's our home. What are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you not understand history? Do you not understand that this is how people play us like chess pieces? Because we are their slaves on so many fucking levels. I don't get it. I don't understand what you folks don't understand. I see you're confused, right? That's with that whole not understanding bit. And then that's horrible when you're confused and then you see something like somebody strong, and it don't matter how you put that, right? But you see somebody that can protect you. All right, so you got choices, right? You either find the baddest motherfucker around and hope to be in his crew so that nobody fucks with you, right? Or what do you do then? You hide, you run. It's all about going back to chaos in your life. So if you see a protector as order of any kind, you run to that shit like a moth to a light bulb. All right? That becomes your safe space, so to speak. And again, that can be in any social hierarchy, because that shit exists. Learn what the fuck a hierarchy is. Read a book. You know? That shit exists. And you can see it when you look around. But almost always, when it's built on a negative premise like that, somebody saved me, I'm a victim, I need strength. Well, a lot of times the same people you go into to find that strength, they're lashing out because they're stuck over here, right? And they're lashing out and they're running shit the best they can to try to feel like they got some control in their life. And it's bullshit, because we all slaves. We all flipping burgers, pushing pencils, tightening wrenches, You know, we all fucking slaves. And they ain't got no plan for us, right? I mean, this is the way they use us. That right there is how they give a shit. You got that? Because again, let me reiterate. Won't be them fighting. I saw Michael Moore fat ass on Bill Maher talking about, I'm going to be down there marching with 1 million. You ain't fucking marching. You know you ain't marching. Unless somebody got a cheeseburger and a stick in front of you leading you down the motherfucking road, you know your fat ass ain't marching, dog. So like, I don't even want to hear your bullshit. You're going to stand there and you're going to rile up people. And you're going to tell them they need to act. You're going to say we, but your ass going to sit on stage. So, and that's what I mean. People like that, they don't care about what happens to the front of the line. You get that? You need to get that. You need to get that. Because when you're someone's puppet, you could potentially be their soldier. You understand that? It depends on what kind of switch they want to flip, how they want to play you, how they want to tell you, oh, you's a victim, and motherfucking this is your reason. You should go, you know, get your reason in some kind of violent manner. I mean, that's crazy. When somebody recommends that, and you're not like, life ain't in danger and shit, they are literally trying to fill your head full of shit. Okay? They are juggling your balls to get a fucking response out of you, and you are letting them. You're letting them just so you can feel the same comfortable tyranny instead of uncomfortable freedom. And that's bullshit, because you know what? They're fixing to have us burn our own house down. Do you get that? They are fixing to have us go to war with each other. I don't even know you fucking people. You are my brother. I am my brother's keeper. What the fuck happened to that? Why aren't you? I mean, shit. That is crazy to me. They've literally got people, and I see the most vile and vitriolic shit from keyboard warriors all the time. And you know, I'll tell you, a lot of that shit sometimes, man, it just looks so staged. You know what? Study the word propaganda. Look up that word and see about that word propaganda, because I'm telling you, you're being played like a fucking fiddle. You are being ran, all right? And you don't mind because you're fighting for a position. Everybody wants to be the house man. You see that? Everybody stepping up to be the house man. They don't give a fuck. Step on your brother, no problem. Snitch on your brother, no problem. Run him down so that you can get ahead, no problem. And you know what that is? That's called the crab mentality, all right? When fuckers out there fishing and pulling up crabs and shit, all they do is they drop it in a bucket, and then they kick the bucket to the side. They don't cover it up. They don't set nothing on top of it. Why? Because they ain't got to. Because the minute one of them crabs is like, oh, wait, something's wrong here. I'm not feeling this. And then they try to crawl out the bucket. 2 or 3 other crabs will grab them by the legs and pull them back in. You hear that? Pull them back in. Hater ass crabs, you ask my opinion. But it's because they all slaves. They're slaves to nature. You got a mind. You can reason. But you choose to be ignorant and you let them fucking run you. You know, I'm bitching a lot about it. But I mean, I'm in the same boat, right? They done put me in this cycle, and I didn't figure it out until it was too late, in my opinion. So like, I'm trying to talk to you boys. I'm trying to talk to you 20-year-old kids that don't understand. This is the time. You take all of that heart you got and you do something great. And they told you not to. They told you you was toxic. They told you were aggressive. They told you not to go find out nothing. They told you that you should step back and let somebody else take a head of the line for you. It didn't matter about your test scores. Didn't matter how fast you ran. Didn't matter how good you were. Not your time. This is what you hear. That's bullshit. Everybody is an individual. We fight for all this crap garbage minority when the truest minority is the individual. And they taking us, right? Like little fucking chess pieces. Having us fight for a position. Brother against brother. And this is the outcome. Again, your death, life, soul, spirit, time, moments, ability to grow. You hear me? They are killing that. You know, in nature, once something stops growing, it starts dying. And you got to understand, we're a part of nature. All right? So that same rule goes for us. The minute you stop growing on the inside, a part of you starts fucking dying. And they've got that. They got that part right in a little fucking jar or something, like that damn mermaid movie with that fat octopus chick and the little squiggly things. They got you like that. You're a little squiggly thing from that fucking movie. You understand? You're a slave. A poor, unfortunate soul. What the hell? But it's by choice. You are literally signing your life away to them. You're saying, okay, I accept you telling me to go to war with my brother. For what? For the 50 years of promises that they made that they haven't fulfilled? Says, are you kidding me? Look how fucking bad it's gotten. Look at how we kill each other now. Look at how they treat us, right? You know that per capita, we have more motherfuckers incarcerated than any other place. Like, I mean, in China, than Russia. Like, are you kidding me? Like, come on. And it's because they treat us like slaves. This is that part right there, the legislative slave. They write little bullshit laws to hang you up, to keep you afraid, to keep you in fines, to keep you on probation, to keep you longer, to keep you fucking, you better not, boy, we'll put you back in. Are you fucking serious? That is not living. That is being alive and surviving. That is crazy. That's slave shit. And this is the outcome, right? We deal with outcomes. So on this word problem, this is the outcome. The end. The end of what? It's the end of civilization as we know it. I know that's crazy, like fucking who could have thought? But I'm telling you, we fall apart and we play their game and we go into this war. That happens. You get that? That happens. And that's a fucking problem because I like my coffee. You get that? I like my power. I did a Sabbath in the desert for a fucking year. You know, I live without power and shit except for solar, and I had to haul water. Fuck that. You don't know because you ain't there. But when that shit gets there, you definitely ain't going to want it. You're going to sit back and wonder what the hell happened. We happened. We the people let these stupid, crazy motherfuckers lead us off a cliff. Man, and I don't get it. I don't get why we're rushing full steam ahead. I mean, you got to be seeing Twitter. You've got to be seeing the news. It's crazy. It's evil. Here we are. I got that list over there. Chaos. I had to put that right here on evil. Because it's evil. All right? Fear. Fear can lead to horrible things. Because it's a strong emotion. It's not like, oh, you know, I'm a little afraid. It's something deep in us that we don't even understand. There's moments that happen in our life as a child that we probably can't even relate to why. Like, ask a motherfucker why they're afraid of clowns. Bet they's like, I don't know. You know, and it's because there was some moment that fucked them up for life. You know, and because it's deep. It's real deep, and you got to understand that. That's why the first word is strong. Okay? And it's an awareness of danger. You feel like you don't know what's coming. There's danger in 3 different definitions. So I wrote down a different definition. Webster's great fucking dictionary. But I wrote down the different aspects, but every one of them got danger. All right? Because that's how you feel. You feel like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Right? And I love the Norse people. They're hardcore. They get real with it. They call fear evil. And the plague, which I thought was kind of interesting, but nonetheless, it is a plague on your life. I get their, breath and body of what they mean. And that's evil. We got to start understanding what good is and what evil is. There is a difference, and they lied to you, and they've caused it to be all blurry, where you got people talking about gang members is great, and like, that's just crazy, right? That's just crazy. Like, cause can you imagine, right? If like a politician back in the day would have come out and not that I knocked the guy, I think he's a real smart man, but if they would have been like, oh, Al Capone, fantastic guy. I mean, we was going to the club on Tuesday. I mean, he would not have got fucking reelected. I mean, you get that, right? Like, there was a line between like common fucking sense on what you said and what you actually said in public. I don't understand how these people have credibility, how they can garnish people together into a mob. Like, what the fuck is that? That is crazy to me. And you know, I totally believe it's because of ignorance. All right, I totally believe it's because of ignorance. Because it's a lack of knowledge, education, awareness, like cluelessness, all right, obliviousness. Like, do you want to be any of that? Is that what you want to be? I mean, because like, you know, I found something that was similar to that, and it's retarded. Do you understand that? That it's retarded, slow or limited in intellect or emotional development, to set forth, you know, make clear by degrees or in detail. So you can't do any of that. You can't put a detail to it. You're ignorant because you don't want to learn. I've watched more people dismiss facts. I've even seen shit like flat out bitching about somebody putting out facts. Not, well, I didn't know that. That changes my outlook and understanding of things, and let me reflect on that and, you know, enact a change based on this new information. Nope, it's fuck you, you're some kind of XYZ expletive. So, like, I don't know, I don't get it, but that is what I say to that, is you're a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers when you think like that. All right, and doubt is fear. It's the first word. There we go, right back to that, fear. You understand? Suspect, again, comes right back over to how you can't trust nobody. All right, you cannot trust people, and it's just a feeling you get, and it starts to wear off. It's the same way cops, right? They get jaded because they done pulled over so many people, and they got a bad impression, and so that's why they act like the stormtrooper, right? It's because they got this jaded, crazy, everybody's a criminal some way kind of fucking thing going. I don't really know. I gotta be guessing on that, but still, it's because that's how they kind of act. So you kind of figure that's what's going on. Is they just kind of treat everybody like they're a potential suspect, and that's terrible. That's a horrible way to live. Sadly, I do categorize them as a slave, but they're a slave of a different thing. They're a slave of, like, you know, they didn't get treated the way they wanted to, so they grew up, and that's where you get the asshole cops, right? They didn't get treated good, so they grew up, and then they got a little power and authority, and then they don't treat you good, you know. So it's like, and then they take advantage of it. Why? Because they got permission to. Because Master done put them slaves in charge of keeping us little animals in line. You know, and that's how the fuck they treat us, right? Tase us. I watched a dude unarmed sitting on the damn curb just because he didn't stretch his leg out enough for that fucking cop trying to run him like some kind of bitch. He tased him. You know, and what is that? That's crazy to me. You know, part of them jobs is supposed to be to protect and serve, but they have initially caused doubt in their abilities, which the whole system causes doubt, which is why men, again, we're so confused. We're so upset and lost and just angry and you know, frustrated, right? We can't catch a break. If you ain't told you're bad in your attitude or your mentality or your outlook or anything, you're told you're bad because of a certain color or some kind of other crazy shit. Either way, today ain't for you guys. Like, why don't you try to find the prostate ribbon, the little brown shitty color ribbon for men. You don't really see that. You see pink ones everywhere, but nobody gives a shit, right? So you got to figure this out. We are on our own, all right? And I know we're lost, and I get it. I get it. Again, I was there, all right? And shit, I'm still there. Like, I wish there was like a Dial Yoda, you know what I'm saying, where you could call him and be like, have him give you some broken ass crazy advice in some broken ass crazy language. but there's not, right? Well, I mean, we get on YouTube. I don't know. You folks should listen to folks like Jordan Peterson, you know, or Stefan Molyneux. You know, if you want some entertainment, you know, good old Steven Crowder. Always a funny guy to watch. But you know, it's like you got to expand your mind. You know, you got to start learning about history. There were great men in history. They have sold you a bill of goods about us being bad. You know, there is amazing how many stories, right, did we used to see where there was a hero. You understand what a hero is? Probably not anymore, because they've taken that away. They told you all the qualities that made a man a hero are bad for you and you should not demonstrate them in life, but that's a lie. You let them lie to you. They have taken shit from you. You see that? It's because we're a bunch of fucking slaves and we don't know no better. And they stole it from us because it's not what you give, right? You wouldn't give your pride, right? You wouldn't give that up. You wouldn't give your spirit up. You wouldn't give motivation up. You wouldn't give love up. You wouldn't give your kids up. You know, you wouldn't do that. They took everything that built you and made you strong. Everything that told you for a reason. You know, you don't have any reasons no more because they tell you, you ain't worth it. This is how they treat us. That's it. That's what we are. And you got to get it. Again, these people are talking crazy, guys. I'm just trying to come real with you. We got to solve this fucking problem, man. Because this is where we at. We at hate. You get that? We at hate. It's intense hostility. Now we know what the fuck that is, right? There are levels with dudes, right? There's shit talk levels, then there's smart ass levels, and then there's like, you know, check levels, and then it goes to the next level, and that's blows. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't even know you people, and fucking, like, yeah, like what are we doing? Like, here we are, finna kill each other for a bunch of fucking people that don't give a shit about us, that just want us as gears in the machine. You know, they want us as a sheep and cattle because, you know, they need a voting block and a working stock, you know, and so that's how they treat us, like we ain't nothing. And again, here we are, and this is what's happening. Disgust, fear. Fear, again, fear. You gotta look at fear and take it seriously. It's not bullshit. It's a stem of a lot of problems. That's why it went first, right? That's why over here in Chaos, fear went first. Because, man, that's a stem of a lot of problems. And you gotta quit being afraid of your fellow man. And I don't mean in no dumbass fucking thug way. I mean like some motherfucking quit being afraid to say hello. To ask him, you know, what the fuck's up, man? How you doing? You know, to have a drink with him, to burn one with him, to do something with him, you know, barbecue. Like, what the fuck? We all love food. What the fuck? Who don't eat a barbecue? Okay, so barbecue with a man. Sit down. Have a meal with your brother. You don't know. You don't know what you got in common. You don't know the problems you might have had that you share with him. You know, you didn't ask. So what makes it able and what makes it okay for them to literally make us hate each other, make us slaves, keep us in doubt, keep us untrusted, got us creating monsters, right? Got everybody is your enemy because you can't trust nobody because they told you you couldn't and you believed them. And that's the outcome. That's always the outcome. You must understand that. They don't love you enough to change that outcome, apparently. Right? They ain't had enough war. We had the last civil war here in America cost like 650,000 fucking lives. And we are a 300 million plus population now. Can you imagine what's going to happen out of our anger, out of our hate, out of being lost, out of being ignorant, out of having doubt, out of fear? See, and that's why I put it over here in evil. Because all of that shit leads to our own destruction. Cut our nose off to spite our face. Wake up in the morning and punch ourselves in the jaw. What do you want? I don't know how else to make it clear. Right? They play you like a fiddle, like a puppet. They use your anger. Again, a strong feeling of displeasure. Usually of antagonism. So like, it nags you. It eats you. And they know it. They know it. Here's the key thing about hate. This last one right here caught my attention when I was looking it up. Systematic and especially politically exploited expression of hatred. Exploited. That's a fun word. You ought to look that up. You ought to see that that's how they push your buttons. They lie to you. They know just what to say. They got keywords set up in your head already to trigger an emotion locked to it where you can't even have a fucking conversation without feeling before you think. And let me tell you, that's a huge mistake. When you let your feelings produce your thoughts versus your thoughts producing your feelings. Because then you have an opportunity to weigh up good thought, evil thought. Where does it stand? There's a gray area. You got to find it. So, you know, motivation, intention. And speaking of, that's another reason this all fell to evil. Because this is intentional. This is putting our educational system. This is taking history out. This is telling people they're not important. That the group is special. The individual ain't shit. They run this motto over and over again. They say feelings are more important than facts. Are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? Like, we used to understand that facts, they just an R, man. And you got to learn to deal with that. Like, here's the thing. Hurts my goddamn feelings when I want to go the fuck outside and do some shit and it's pouring down rain. What the fuck? That's it is. Now, I can either, oh, fuck, my day's ruined, sad days, let me cry about it, you know? Or I can be like, well, shit, I guess I got to do it next Tuesday. And that sucks. Let me fix some coffee. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, sometimes a truth is just a truth. And it wasn't put there to hurt you. It was there before you were born. It was just there. It's a truth. It's a fact. So, like, they told you that you're supposed to hurt over that, and that's just not true. You don't have to. You really don't. Don't let them tell you you do. You don't have to be a victim. You don't have to have rage based from anger, based from hate. I mean, come on, we've went down this list. This is terrible. What are you doing? What are we doing? They're going to have us doing that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You see, I got game over on the bottom for all you gamers. This is how this shit works out. Game over. The end. War for all you people worried about actually getting fucking killed. Again, they will not be on the front line. I don't know how to express that to you. Like, shit. You know, if you got kids coming up, 17, 18, 16, what the fuck are we handing them? What are we letting them do to them? We're setting them up to fucking be in a battle. You hear that? A battle. Like, that's crazy. Literally. Look around. They are not trying to put out this fire. They are stoking this fire. So, like, listen. Guys, we got to stand up for our community, for our family, for ourselves. We got to tell these politicians to rein in this crazy ass talk. We got to, you can't, if the news is trying to touch your emotions and not your mind, I don't give a fuck what station it is. I don't give a damn what YouTube channel it is. All I'm saying, if they're trying to touch your emotions, not your mind, then they're probably misleading you. They are probably pushing your buttons for a reason. You got to find out what agenda is, what propaganda is, what agent of chaos is. Like, you've got to figure this out because they are literally leading us off a cliff. And we are like, doo-doo-doo, and just fucking running right behind it. I don't even get that. Like, it's like, we sit there and we listen to these people that absolutely seem like they smoke a bucket of crack before they fucking get on that mic and talk about what we should do, how we should mob people. Are you crazy? That skinny, crazy lady, Nancy Pelosi, stood up and was like, so unemployment's, better, and like, we got more jobs. So what? Calling, thousands of dollars a year extra in pocket peanuts. You get that? That's how little they think of us. Yeah, we sit around and vote them in when they promise us Xboxes and PlayStations, and what they deliver is that little bullshit you see at the kiosk in the mall with the plug the controller in the damn TV, got 80 games from like 1,000 years ago. Like, I mean, and that's what we let them give us. And then turn around, don't hold them accountable. Don't hold them accountable at all. Vote them motherfuckers back in. People been in office 20 years, ain't done a damn thing but wipe their ass with your money. Like, what are you doing? And these college kids get out here, ain't never struggle, talking about fighting for you. Who the fuck fighting for you? Ain't you figured out you don't fight for yourself, and then they use you? You are their pawns. They call out for some kind of virtuous change in your fucking name, and you don't get nothing for it. What you got? What change you got? They don't take care of the kids with the health care good. They don't take care of the educational system worth of shit. There ain't no community, like anything. Nothing good for the community. All divisive. All these programs, that public funded programs that teach you to hate. Like, what the hell are we letting them do to us? I mean, here we are, man, running around, all their fucking slaves. Well, I tell you, we got to figure it out. All right, man, this is where you got to be. You got to move over to this side. All right, this side is like the literal opposite of this. It is chaos's kryptonite. It is literally your shield of life. All right, we're gonna go over this side. This side's order, and notice I got O self by all of these. Problems of self, chaos of self, order of self. Man, the first step is having courage. And I know it's hard. Nobody told us how to have courage. Nobody even shows us anymore in like crazy ass movies where we could pretend to be the hero, right? That ain't for us no more. Again, they're throwing us away. Men, they are throwing us away. Remember, we're the fucking problem. This is what we've been told. You've got to clean yourself up. You've got to do it yourself. We're alone, man. And having courage is the first step. Courage don't mean that you're not afraid. Don't let that be a mistake. That ain't what it means at all. Courage means that though you're afraid, you get up and you do it anyways. And you go and face that fear. And you go and conquer that monster. Because you know in your heart that's what right is. And that's what you're supposed to do. And that's going to help you grow. And then you got your courage and you did something. And then you made a decision. And man, when that works out and you make a decision, that's amazing. It's amazing when it works out. And it pushes you forward and it gives you confidence to take on your next step. But let me put an asterisk on that. A lot of times it don't. It don't, because there ain't no, one-way plan, right? Every moment calls for something different. And you just got to do the best you can on figuring it out. But the more decisions you make, starting with courage, the more you start to understand. You start to understand how to make a decision. And that's important, learning how to make a decision. Because you start learning that it's not just a feeling base. It's not just a money base. It's not just a hope I'm making the right decision base. Hell, it could be all of those things at once for one decision. And you don't know, but you got to have courage. You got to do it anyways, because then you get understanding. All right? And let's say, MVP in baseball, right? What is that? Like they got a 30% is like a huge batting average for some of them guys. So like, let's just give them that. Let's just give them 30%. They get Hall of Fame for 30%, right? MVP, most valuable player. So let's just say out of all your decisions, you only get 30% of them fucking right. Well, at least you start to understand 30% better on how to make a good decision. So then you get faith. Faith is important. Faith is what really helps courage. Because when your courage starts lacking, you can kick back on your faith. You can say, well, I made this decision once before, or I had to make a decision like this before, and you know, I didn't make all the right choices about how to get to that, but it didn't kill me. And look, I know I don't have to go about it this way because that sucked. So at least then you start to get clarity. And once you get clarity, like, oh, I've been here before. Here I go again on my own, right? Down the only road. You know the fucking song. That's clarity. That's clarity and understanding that you can do it because you had courage one time and made a decision and you succeeded. And let me tell you, that one time you succeed, boy, you can let that fuel a lot of, oh shit, I fucked ups. All right, that success, you can let that be like your rock you stand on for your very next step. Because all the steps are hard. This ain't easy. It ain't easy. You know, again, in life, right? If you ain't growing, you dying. But in the pursuit of growth, right? When you look at a tree, you can't get the best tree without pruning it right once a year. You know, and then you get the best tree. It grows better, stronger, prettier, nicer, produces better fruit, better blooms, gets bigger, gives you more shade. But it does come from pruning and time. So you gotta give yourself the hard days in order to get the clarity you need, the understanding you need, the courage you need. You gotta give yourself those hard days. If you take those away from you, this is what you choose. If you take those hard moments and you don't learn it, that one day, that 1 week, you live in this for a lifetime. You're this for a lifetime. And there ain't no buying your way out of it. It's a choice. You gotta walk out of it. You gotta take your chains off. You gotta stand up for yourself. And then you gotta get with the ones that have. And we gotta figure out how to fucking, we the people, right? We gotta figure that shit out. We the people, because right now, they got us wanting to fucking do this, right? They talking, again, whole reason I'm having this conversation, they are literally talking civil fucking war. The fuck are you thinking? Like, read a fucking history book, man. This is bad. This ain't good. So men, you gotta get right. You gotta get right now. There might come a time in the near future, you gotta make good choices. You got to be something. You got to have courage. Alright? Once you get clarity through your faith and your understanding, because you made decisions from a root of courage, you get belief and you get knowing. They come hand in hand. Belief that you can, knowing that nothing can stop you. Belief in something, yourself, the Father, your love, progress, reason, belief in something, anything. Find it. Find it. Once you get clarity that you know you can make a decision that will possibly make you grow, 30% chance on helping you, then you got belief. And then you got knowing. And then every time action is taken, it's easier. And you don't need as much courage because you have this other stuff. This understanding, this clarity, this knowing, this faith, this belief. Through previous action, now you got love. You got love for yourself. You got love for who you become. You got love for your character. You know, you got love for your fellow man who didn't know and you knew where he was. You know, you got love for the simple things. You know, you get love for that cup of coffee in the morning. You know, for that dusky sunset. For, what about fireworks? I mean, fuck, it's gonna be a 4th of July, right? Who the fuck don't love fireworks? I mean, they're amazing. And we can do, man, all I'm saying is love. You get true power. True power is something unique. True power isn't from taking another person's power to make yourself feel better because it's important for them to be weak so you can feel stronger. That's not true power. True power is that you got this. You're Atlas. You have courage. You have clarity. You have knowing. You have love. You've taken action based from faith that's forged belief because you've made decisions. And that gives you strength. And that's what we lack right now. Because we live in chaos. Because we live in problems. Because we feel like a slave. We look around and again we're told we're terrible. What do you think that does to us? Like, what do you think that does to us? It takes our strength. Again, somebody stole it from you. You wouldn't give something that precious away if you knew you had it to begin with. They took it early. Now, if you can manage that, if you could strive for that, at some point you have done what the scripture calls being the light. You show people they can be done. Then you're sovereign citizen again, or a free man. You have possession of yourself and your destiny and where you want to go and what you want to do and who you want to be. Nobody has that no more. And then you able to take people off the fucking plantation because there's plenty of us stuck in this monotony. When you're a mental slave, it's because of things like identity politics, or somebody told you were supposed to be a victim. When you're an emotional slave, it's because somebody said you were supposed to be mad. You're supposed to hate somebody you don't even know. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're a financial slave because you better believe when they put you through school, it was so you could grind in the cattle mill. You hear me? It was so you could get out there and you better make that scratch. Don't you know this country's in debt? You better get out there for master and pick that motherfucking cotton. That's why you in financial debt. Because they got you in some stupid ass job where you got no fucking nothing but a ceiling. Where there ain't gonna be nothing because it's good old boy this or college graduate that. Who the fuck graduates college? People like us, we just trying to live life. We can't, you know, I fucking 10th grade dropout. Didn't get my GED till I was 25. Talking about you go out there and work any job and do anything. Like, that's bullshit. They don't train you for that. They don't tell you what's coming. Life slaps you in the face. They give you a bunch of, they sell you like kittens and roses, but it's not. It's like tire tracks and oil stains. Okay, it is fucking not what they sell you. And then when you get out there, that's where all this chaos comes from. Because we've let them lie to us. You know, we've let them make us slaves. We've let them hurt us. We've let them take our pride from us. Man, they took us. You hear me? They took all the free men. They took all the sovereign men. They took all them heroes. Right? And now, because we live in chaos, this is what we forced with. We forced with everybody's a villain. Everybody's my enemy. And brother against brother. Because we believe the fucking lie that they told us. The lie they tell us every day. They tell us we special. They tell us they want to help us. They tell us they want to make change. They had 50 fucking years, both parties. And they didn't make shit change. I tell you. And you know why they want to go to war? They want to go to war against Trump. And they sold you a bunch of fucking hate on that. But really, think about it, please. Please think about it, right? Like Einstein said, at least it was put to him, that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And like, that's what we did 50 years. Just voted in as like an insane people because we expected a different result from the same fucking people that like have worked to undermine everything we are as individuals for the quote unquote greater good of the group when they running the group into the fucking ground. Like, what are we doing? We're finna give up everything we got. You understand me? Everything we got. Ain't gonna be no more like going to the store for a cold coat. You know? Ain't gonna be no more like, oh, I need to run down and get some sauce for my meal because like I need that spice of twang. That ain't none of that gonna happen. You got that? Ain't gonna be no, I'm waiting on the game to come out and save my money to buy the game. Ain't gonna be no game time. If there is civil war, there is none of that shit. Right? And they are literally gonna be willing to go to war. And they can't wait Trump out. Like, is it that bad? Like, are the people that have been working against us so bitter that there's a dude in there ain't listening to none of them, just trying to fix what he sees broken, and they're so fucking bitter because he made the economy better, because jobs are better, because what the fuck are they bitter about? Because the common people love him, because he sticks up for us when they haven't for years and they hate him for it. And I see folks out there just cheering that shit along. Same folks that's been hurt by him. Same folks that's been put in a fucking box by him. Like, I don't know if you know, some of the most racist motherfuckers in the world are the people that put a person in a box. An already pre-designed box. Oh, you're a certain kind of ethnicity or a certain kind of gender. You got limitations that I gave you and assigned you and I put you in a box. And if you try to step out of that box, then I'm going to call you fucking a bad person. Like, what is that? That's crazy. If that ain't fucking racism, I don't know what is. I mean, like, people are being played like fiddles. And that shit is evil. Now we go over, man, and on that side of order, it's good. Being free is good. Being sovereign is good. Standing up, being a man is good. These are good things, right? And we see all this evil. We don't even know how to identify good. Courage is good. It's mental or moral strength to venture, to move, to do something, to get up, to go. You gotta have strength. You gotta have moral and mental strength. Meaning you're not afraid and you haven't built a monster because you're ignorant from the unknown. So you have mental and moral strength. And then you move. That's so important. And then courage means to withstand. That you can take it because life is hard. Because life, again, will grab you up by your short hairs and sling you around. It doesn't have mercy for you. The bill man don't give a fuck about your problems. I mean, that's just how it is. And like, but they tell you it's going to be okay. Get you one piece of paper or another. Life's going to be beautiful. Doors going to be open and motherfuckers going to be singing for you. It's a lie. Do you not see how many people they got strong in the of financial slavery from college, right? Come out of damn school with a fucking bachelor's degree and 4 years worth of debt and then work at goddamn Starbucks. And you ain't mad? Somebody lied to you that bad? Somebody sold you a bunch of bullshit and you bought it and that don't piss you off? You vote for these people. You stand up. You don't hold them accountable for shit. Either side. You don't call them out and be like, well, look, if this is going good, why the hell are you against it? And if this is bad, why the hell are you for it? It's because we can't tell good from evil no more. It's because we've lost sight of that. These are words that matter, right? Gives you heart. Understanding. Again, mental grasp. That's part of that. Mental or moral strength. So when you understand and you have courage, you can move mountains. Didn't he tell you in the scripture, right? When he was talking about faith the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain. What do you think that is? That's belief. That's belief. That means that you got a grain of you that knows you can. Because you got strength. And you've looked and you've done it before and you have understanding. It's the power to comprehend. Because knowledge is power. So much power. And they took it from you. Because again, keep in mind, they teach you what to think, not how to think. That should be a problem. You kids in college that ain't figured that out, that's a fucking problem. You need to deal with it. Because you're spending money on people to fucking lie to you. I don't know. I mean, I got swampland I can get and sell you too if you want to fucking just throw away a bunch of money for a bunch of lies. Like, that's crazy to me. You accept it. You accept it. When you find out it ain't true, you're depressed and you're hurt. But you don't fucking go fix it. So like, I don't get that, man. That's a lack of understanding. Without clarity, without understanding, without courage, that all resorts to ignorance, doubt, fear. We know where that leads. That leads to being lost. That leads to hate, which breeds anger. Like, we know where that goes. We know where that goes. But with clarity, with understanding, with courage, you get knowing. Because again, establishing belief, having faith, it gives you knowing. Knowing you can. Not knowing you know what's coming, but knowing that whatever's coming, you got the balls at least to step up and take it. At least to get hit and then get back up and then try to fuck again. Because that's where courage comes in the most. Again, withstand. That's important. Because again, life sucks. Right? So knowing is having or reflecting knowledge, information, or intelligence. So what is that? What is reflecting? Reflecting is definitely the most important part because you got to look at things from a lot of different ways to get a deep understanding. Stop thinking with a spoon. Get your ass a shovel. Think deep about what's been done to you. And yes, I say what's been done to you because they designed these things. And here they are. It's like a fucking trap. And now look, they're finna spring it on us, right? Yeah, man. They finna get us bad, you know, because we forgot. We forgot. And this right here is so important. And how do we even begin to get love, right? And that's a strong emotion. Strong, stronger than most. Motivating, boy. I mean, there was like, you know, folks conquered stuff. There was like Cleopatra. There was Helen of Troy. I mean, like, love will make you, man, do anything, right? Cause you love them, and like they're important, and like and we're used to self-sacrifice, right? Look at what we do to ourselves. Look at what we do to ourselves, right? So if we can, when we find somebody we love, spouse, a relationship, your kids, right? Hell, puppies, like flowers. Find something, somebody, something to love. Don't you love something? That right there happens. Things we love are gone. People that we love, that are important to us, that motivate us, that are our everythings, they could be gone. Again, like when I was talking about, okay, Civil War here, that's the most people have died from here, right? Like, you get that. Like, not World War One, not World War Two, not fucking Vietnam, not this bullshit they got over there in fucking Sandland when they bothering folks they shouldn't be, and crazy shit's all going on there. Like, but like 650,000. That's a lot. And that's not that, but that's nothing, right? Compared to what the fuck it's going to be if we let them push us this far. I mean, really, like, when the news starts talking about that shit, we should call them out and be like, no, y'all are fucking crazy. We're not trying to go to war. Y'all go to, you know what y'all ought to do? CNN and fucking Fox and MSNBC and we throw Alex Jones off in there. They all need to meet up like fucking Anchorman and handle that shit in the goddamn fucking street, man. Just all by themselves, because they want us to do that, and then they want to talk about it. That'll give them something to talk about, won't it? Like, that's all it is lip service. Look that fucking phrase up, lip service. All right, because that's what's happening. They are just giving you that. They don't mean a thing. When they tell you they love you, they care about you, your problems matter. Do they? Because it doesn't seem to. Like, and we let them do it. And this is bad. We don't have any love. What the fuck are we gonna do without love? I mean, shit, this is what happens, right? This is it. This is what it means. Brother against brother. Everyone feels like an enemy because we're all slaves and we don't know who to trust. We don't need to go over this again. How about we know this is a fucking problem and it's bad? This is the outcome. We have to find love. It's a strong affection for another, arising out of kinship or personal ties. That is, am I my brother's keeper? How are we ever going to know who our brother is if we can't sit down and talk? Have a fucking barbecue. Sit down and pick up a history book together and see how they've lied to you. See how they've used you. See how we are always the brunt of everything. From their jokes to their wars. We catch that. We're their fodder. We're whatever, you know, gets thrown in the way or gets ran over or gets discarded. Like, it's bad. And all we got is each other. You know that? All we got is each other. We the people. Trying to stand together. Trying to have a community. Trying to make something out of stuff we don't even understand. You know, we elect a Faust. You should learn about Faust. Sold out important things just to get what they wanted. Horrible shit. Got to have strength. Got to find it inside of you. Got to have inner courage. Got to be strong. State of being strong. Capacity for endurance. Power to resist force. Come on. We got to have strength. We have to have the power to resist the force they are trying to make us have. They are like trying to run us into each other. They are literally using us as pawns in their games. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know you people, but I fucking love you people. I love you people because y'all bring spice and flavor and wonderfulness to my fucking life. Because I can sit back and I can lament on other people's problems and reflect on how, man, I know that struggle. I have been there. That sucks. I shoot a prayer up for them. You know, Father, bless them, help them. Shit, I know I needed somebody. Send them something, some love, some good knowledge, that car part they need, What about, you know, the extra money for the groceries? You know, what about when their kid's birthday coming up? You know, pray for people. Fuck. You know, that comes back to belief. We ain't got no belief in nothing. Nothing. Not ourselves, not our government, not our jobs, not our tomorrows. You know, and that's why some people actually want to watch the fucking world burn. But it's our world. And we're letting them. Again, guys, this will redefine everything. This ain't a nothing, right? This ain't a small time situation. This is a real problem. All right? This is like, oh shit, people die. Lots of folks cry. It is the end of as we fucking know shit. Like, and there won't be trust in nothing. And it's like, it's gonna be so bad. Don't you see? Like, can't you see? Like, fuck, man, it's all over history. When shit falls apart like this, man, like, everybody fucking kills each other. What the fuck are we doing? I don't want to go to the store and fucking... Why would you want to do that? Like, just go and hate everybody. Just make people hate everybody. What the fuck is that? You want people to, like, go to the damn Kroger's and when they walk through the aisles, they just want to hate everybody? Shit, they hate their bills bad enough. They don't need to hate people. And they push us that far. They push us that way. I don't hate you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know you. Fuck, we probably agree on a bunch of shit. Like, you know, and we're letting them do it. And it's crazy. And what the hell is this? You know, Martin Luther King Jr., fucking, he nailed it, man. He made real change. He made people wake up, look around. He made people, you know, shake somebody else's hand. You know, what the hell? Like, we can't let them do it. We can't let them, we can't let them hurt us like this. I mean, you know, and it ain't like a one politician issue. You guys got to know that, right? It's all over the country. Like, every state has politicians that want to just herd you like a bunch of fucking sheep and cattle. Because they got to have their voting block and their working stock. You've got to understand that. And, you know, I'm guilty too, though, right? I'm with you guys. But, I mean, I sat idly by, right? Because, you know, and that's factual, right? Evil happens when good men just sit. When they don't stand up and say something. When they don't stand up and be like, no, this ain't right. You can't do this to my fellow people. You can't do this to humanity. You can't do this to our kids' future. What is that? Where is that? So, you know, I mean, the way I see him talking, that shit right there, I don't want nothing to do with that. I fucking got it bad enough right now. I definitely don't want no bullshit like war. That's crazy. And they don't give a fuck. They're quick to fire us up. They're quick to throw us against each other. Where is temperance? Where is reason? Where is conversation? Where is important on getting the problem fixed? Like, what the fuck? We got so many problems. Like, and they're trying to run us into each other. This is what they're trying to do. This is not good. Is this what we want to do? I don't hate you. You're my brother. I'm your brother. Like, and we are our brother's keepers. There ain't nobody but us. People tell us they love us. People tell us they'll take care of us. People lie to you and say they got their best interests at heart. But it's not true. We got to save ourselves. We got to stand up as individual men and then stand with a group of individual men and then come together and fight for our families, with reason, with understanding. Fight with love. You know, fight with honor, respect. How about understanding? How about looking at a guy and knowing he's mad for the same reasons you're mad? Because we feel lost. Because they made us hate each other. Because we're all in fear. Because we're ignorant of each other as people, as individuals. Fuck a culture in the sense of, like, that don't define an individual. I mean, there's got to be Indian people out there that don't fucking eat curry. I know there's white folks that don't do mayonnaise. I know there's black folks that hate watermelon. Like, culture does not fucking define individual, right? That's what they made us forget, is we're individuals. Each and every one of us. We all got dreams and hopes and aspirations and goals, right? And they take it from us. We can't be this anymore. We have to find reason. They're not going to give us reason. They're not going to give us temperance. They're not going to calm down. They're going to poke us. They're going to keep putting holes in the dam till the water breaks. And I just don't get it. And I don't care why they want to do it, but we can't let them do it to us. We can't do it to each other. Alright, that's my talk. That's my plea for whatever the fuck we can do. We got to do it together. This is crazy. Let's not be crazy. Like, let's figure it out. Let's fix it. Happy 4th of July. I hope we get another one, and another one, and another one. And we got to figure it out, or everything's going to change. And then what? Have a good night.